Okay, hello. Welcome back to another episode of GTNH. How's everybody doing? I'm doing pretty good myself, actually. I've been binging this new show on Netflix called Dark. I don't know if it's new. It's new for me. It's a pretty good show. I didn't realize I was that into like sci-fi mystery style shows. Did not realize that, and well, that's one way to learn about them, right? So that's part of the reason why I'm a little late today was because I was watching TV. Not sorry, it's a good show. Hey, Sena. Anyways, we got some pretty good news. One of them is the hydrogen coils did finish. It's one of the greats in my opinion. It's pretty good. I'm like halfway into the first season, I think. I'm liking it. It's good. You know, aside from time travel, like plot holes, there's no way around it. It's gonna happen. So I'm not gonna be a critique in that regards. You know, you can't get away from plot holes. That's fine. But like the overall plot to it, it seems pretty interesting. I'm liking it so far. I'm also not very big on being a show critic. If I enjoy the show, it's good for me, and that's it. I don't think too much of it past that. But anyways, hydrogen coil blocks did complete. But there is something I had to do to get it fixed for this episode. So I did the math, and this was actually going to take like more than 24 hours. There are no plot holes, you understand? Okay. Even then, it's pretty good show for me. I like it. No spoilers, please. Okay, so I did the math for the hydrogen coil blocks. If you look at it, each one is 60 seconds, right? And we only have one ass line to do that. So that's 2112 minutes, because each one takes a minute to craft, so divide by 60. That's 35 hours. This was going to take a day and a half to finish. No, I did not want that. So what I did off camera, I just did a quick upgrade to 8 UIV energy hatches so that it does it twice as fast. And that still wasn't fast enough. So what did I do? I added a second ass line. And it finished just in time for this stream. So one of the first things we'll do is to actually get the achievement. Is to replace the infinity coils with the hydrogen ones. And that way we can craft hydrogen now and use hydrogen for other upgrades. For example, maybe even spending it for Mark IV fuel, which is probably what I'll do because it gives me twice the amount. Another thing is that I did spend a little bit of time fixing the waterline automation that we did yesterday. And it's no surprise that after a good night's sleep and some leftover pizza for lunch, I was thinking straight compared to last night, because last night I was pretty tired. But I was able to fix it, and it's been working since. You can see here that it starts putting in a group of catalysts, and then it identifies, wait, yes, it's correct. So it stops doing anything else, and that's what we want. And from here, it kind of waits for the next cycle, and then it crafts whatever's missing with a toggle bus. Did I say I ate pizza for lunch? No. Pizza was for dinner today. I had tilapia for lunch, leftover tilapia that I made a couple days ago, and also baked. So literally the same brain cell, right? But I'm gonna do a quick explanation of my little circuit here. So the counting section did work correctly. I did not need to change anything there. So this was the same. All I really needed to change was the RS latch that was in here if I look inside. So pretty much none of this was changed except for the little circuit on the inside. And I had a weird little circuit here to tell the thing to toggle this one. I just crammed it inside here. It's this. And then, yes, I also had the RS latch, SR latch. I don't know the right name for it. This was wrong on the first try yesterday. That's why it was breaking. So I fixed that, fixed the logic, and reconnected everything. Too long didn't read, it kind of works. So we have a signal on the right that's like, this is the one that tells it, hey, I detected that the recipe is completed, don't do anything else, and reset the entire circuit. This one is the activity detector. And this is what turns on the crafting switch. And this powers the state cell, leaves it on for a minute. A minute is just fine. It actually takes like 30 seconds for the craft to finish. And the craft is to restock all of this. So you see here that it's back up to 3 for everything. So that takes about 60 seconds. That's just a buffer. You know, and then once that completes, it tells this circuit to, hey, start crafting. And it keeps doing that until it recognizes the recipe has finished. And that's pretty much what it is. It's complicated, yes. Will I be able to build it again? Probably not. So yes, the level maintainer method did work. And then I just connected everything here. And I realized a really bad mistake. I misspelled it. I'm quaking it. It's not supposed to say that. It's supposed to say I'm quarking it. And I can't change the name because if I redraw the circuit, it deletes the whole thing. So we're going to have to live with that typo. And I'm not the only one that's going to live with it. You guys know about it now, and it's going to mess you up too. We got the stock replenisher here to take all the baryonic matter, but we only stock up to 2,000. And if I check here, so far I'm up to 6.7 million. And this has only been running since like 2 o'clock, I think. So about 7 hours or so. So we're up to 6.7 million. And if I read grade 8 water, we're up to 12 million. And I added a little control circuit here that's going to tell a machine controller for the actual thing up here, 369. Hey, I don't have enough of one of the fluids, so go ahead and turn it on. And this is the only one that has 2 different level emitters because most of the other ones only have 1. Like this one, I only care about the grade 7 water. But this one, I care about both the water and the baryonic matter. So as long as one of them is below 10 million, it's going to activate. And that's pretty much to it. Obviously, it's not that simple. There's a little more to it, but for the most part, it does work. It's been working, and I can't really complain about that. So at this point, actually, another thing I wanted to try before we continue here. I did want to try putting like note blocks, but I'm looking at the audio and you guys can barely hear it, so I'm probably going to take it off. So I won't worry about it. But at this point, it seems like our water line is doing pretty good. If I check all of the waters. Yeah, we're all trying to build up to like 10 million. But at some point, like how do I say it? 10 million is not going to be enough for endgame. So once I'm more comfortable with power, I am going to increase the parallels and the buffer amount. So this one's at 1 billion, I think, the tier 1, because it's tier 1, who cares? But I do need to upgrade the buffer amount at some point. For example, something like I was taking a look at some of the recipes, Stargate Crystal Dust. 1 billion grade 8 water. So whenever we need to craft this, I'm going to have to increase the buffer by a ton. I don't even know how much of this I'm going to need. A 64 for 1 crystal. So 64 billion. I'm going to have to increase it that much, but I'm going to wait on more power for that. Other things that I adjusted was the grade 7 water, actually. I also adjusted this to use a superconductor based UHV instead. Because if I look at the controller for this, what is it? Degassed water, right? It says there in bit 2, using higher tier superconductor provides bonus output. So I'm going to use UHV for now, but at some point you want to get the better stuff. And I even added a recipe for the UHV superconductor. I'm level maintaining this now, and I'm making it in the DTPF. But I do want to change some of the recipes because I'm going to be upgrading to Hypogen. So I'm going to have to change some of the recipes to account for that. So Really, the point of today's episode is just to like go further into UIV, of course, see what else is needed. But from here, let's just say that grade 8 water is completed. Pretty proud of it. I was half asleep yesterday, you know. But I was able to do most of it. But sometimes you just need that extra rest and you're back to thinking, correctly. But let's go ahead and get this guy going. I'm going to pause it just for a little bit. So what is like the overall goal? What are we looking for in UIV? For now, I think there's two major goals I want to focus on. One of them is upgrading our fuel to Mark 5. And one of the paths we have to take is getting improved radox production, because right now we don't do radox very, very quickly. It is definitely cringe. So that's one of the focuses, is getting radox, improving that, upgrading to Mark 5, and also finally setting up the other fuel refineries for more fuel. And once we have more power, we can feel more comfortable about scaling up. Let's go ahead and replace all of you. There we go. So this guy has been upgraded to hydrogen. There we go. And that means I can add a recipe for hydrogen. Not this one, that's cringe. This one. And really, we're looking for things that have that hydrogen thing. So I may still want to upgrade the, like the, how do I say it? Upgrade the DTPF and how it's set up. Because there's some conflicts in there, and I haven't really found all the conflicts yet. So we're going to see conflicts, but I just don't know how to address them right now. So let's just take out all the things that we're crafting right now and upgrade them to the hydrogen variant. So for example, this one should be upgraded to U. Right, yes. But the thing is that there's going to be conflicts, for example, this one. So I think I want to rearrange this also, because how can I tell this to use resplendent versus prosaic? I have to have a way to tell it. And right now I don't. So I'm thinking colored hatches, so that I can have multiple stocking hatches that correspond with whatever I feed this. And I do recall that Extreme was giving us that hint a while back. So that's what we're going to have to end up doing. Like, for example, this recipe here. How can I tell it to do 5 versus 2 if I have multiple circuits and whatnot? So that's where the challenge is going to be. And I'm thinking really the best way is the colored hatches. And this is me thinking like right now. I haven't really thought about this until like literally just now. So let's figure it out. That's probably the first thing I should really do. And of course, let me double check my power. For the most part, our power's been doing okay. And then get me out of here. Yeah, we're ramping up again because I think it really helped out that we made the Mark IV fuel, especially the glass craft a little faster. Mostly Mark III fuel. Yeah, so getting the glass crafting faster really helped it out. So we're getting back to power positive, plus the DTPF is not really running nonstop. Let me get some water. And Tilapio's fire. The one I made is pretty good, actually. It was a little salty. Put too much spice. I also like to add sriracha sauce to it. Okay, so what I'm thinking... What am I thinking? That's a good question. Is to have multiple interfaces, each one with a different... How do I say it? The stocking input and stocking... I probably don't really need stocking input bus, but I would like different input hatches. And really the whole thing with this is that I can't really use a crafting buffer because this is a discounted multi-block. And what that means is that if I give it like exactly 2108, if it's running other recipes, it's going to use just a little bit less. And meaning we're going to have some of it in there and it's going to cause problems, I think. And I don't want to do that. Salty too. I think I subtracted a couple days of my life, but I was worth it because it was really good. Honestly, same here. So what I'm going to do is the following. I'm going to set up multiple wireless connectors. Each one is going to have a different, group of colors and circuits as well. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to end up doing. And then we might as well separate the different catalysts on the side, at least the most commonly used ones. I think it'll look cool like that. Go ahead and connect this one to a fresh hub so I don't get any weird things getting connected and stuff. And then I'm going to have something here to connect the center if I need anything there. Where's a good place for it? I guess right there. And this will be a fresh hub. Now the real fun thing, now that I'm thinking about it, is what happens. Channels 5. What happens when I have more than one? It's gonna be weird. If I have more than one DTPF, it's gonna change. I'm gonna have to arrange it a little differently. Did you not connect? Excuse me. Uh-oh, I don't think I connected. Oh, I have to do it all at the same time? Binding mode activated. Let me read this. Oh, yeah, I think I have to do it all at the same time. Right there. Yeah, okay, that should be all 5 connectors. Yeah, okay, now they're powered. Nice. Okay. So what I'm thinking is gonna look a little weird. Let's get a bunch of stocking hatches. And I guess what I can have here is have just advanced stocking hatch and then just throw whatever I need in there. And we're gonna have excess, but that's what I'm a little concerned with. How can I stop the excess from showing up there? It's a good question. I'm not going to worry about it. So I'm going to have to change how all of this is connected, but let's get a bunch of stocking hatches first. And we're going to color them different colors. So this one is going to have a stocking input hatch. And colors, I'm going to choose it from, low priorities first. So this one would be white, for example. Orange. Magenta. Light blue. Like that. Okay. And then let me get the I have these guys here. In the middle, it's going to be everything that is just connected to the system without really regarding any crafting stuff. So for example, output buses and hatches, that will go in the middle. And this is going to be connected to black. And what I can also do is color these guys. So this one is light blue. Change the color so I can easily see it. Black is U. And then white is right there. Orange. And magenta. So if I look at the catalysts here, what is it called? It's like these guys. I have 4 for now. I think there's 5 total though. There's 5. The stellar catalyst, but we are very far away from crafting this. I have to get stellar plasma, which is, I think that's an Eye of Harmony thing, which I'm not gonna. We're gonna have a different setup at that point, so I won't concern myself with it. But these are the 4 things you need to do. One of them is crude. And also you're not going to work with fluid drops. So crude, prosaic, resplendent, and exotic. So this one will have crude. This one is prosaic, resplendent, and exotic. And there we go. And if I need another one, like stellar catalyst, I would have to just add it somewhere in the middle. I'll do that. A sniffity. So I don't think I need a stocking input bus, so I'm not gonna worry about it. Let's get a couple of these neutronium things. Stellar plasma stars are by default plasma. Okay. Oh, I have to set up a cosmic neutronium. So the reason I'm doing this is if I look at cosmic neutronium, so one of the recipes here uses crude, another one uses prosaic, and so on, right? And this is the way I can differentiate which catalyst I'm going to use. So because I'm using hypogen, this recipe, I want to put it wherever it uses resplendent. Now, which one is that one? I think it's the third one, orange, right here. So I would set up that little interface setup right here. How you doing, Sniffity? So how I'm going to do it, it's just simple. We're going to have a interface right here. Need another interface. Got to be a dual interface setup like that. I don't need to worry about blocking mode because I'm assuming everything is going to be crafted. And then over here, I'm DTPFing it. resplendent. Did I spell that correctly? No, I didn't. E. Is that correct? Resplendent? Yeah, sure. Okay. And then we have a... Usually I like the subnets to be a different color, but right now I'm not going to worry about it. I need the anchor, which is... Where is it? It's right here. How far am I? It's pretty far, actually. If you want to reference, these are all the tiers, all the way to 12, and it's not even considering that gets finished. But I'm all the way to UIV tier. So it's weird to say percentage because it scales differently throughout the tiers. Like the amount of time I spent from tier 1 to like tier 10 is probably going to be the same time I spend in the last tier, for example. So percentage wise, I don't really know, but people say I'm like 60%. I've heard people say I'm 50% at UEV. So I would say 60, 70 maybe. I have no idea. I've never beaten the pack before. But we're pretty far. Advanced stocking input, and then I need a advanced stocking fluid. Put that right here. Like that. I also need somewhere to put all of these cells. Go ahead and steal that. But I got an objective. I'm going to beat the pack. We'll get there. It's going to take a while, but we're making progress. We actually hit a pretty big milestone. A couple of big milestones. This week was like just filled with big milestones. For example, this monstrosity of a multi-block, the dimensionally what's it called? I don't even know the full name of it. Dimensionally transcendent plasma forge, DTPF. This is a monstrosity of dude. Such a good multi-block. And then another major milestone was tier 8 purified water. I know you're going to lose it somehow, subatomically perfect water. It's pure water. Why do we need that? No idea. But it asked me for it, so I listened. After you beat, play old school RuneScape. No. Have a bunch of other things on the list that people kind of want me to play. And who am I to say no to that? One of them is Hightail. I'm actually a little interested in it. I might play that soon. Play Troy 2000. I don't know what that is. Google. You know what? We have Google, right? Why does it sound familiar? Platform arcade. But platform games aren't my thing, though. I don't know if I've said that before. I've never really been a fan of or too much of a fan of platform games. I don't know what it is. But you're a dinosaur in this one? Alright, I'm sold. That's all I needed to hear. Pull. I'm gonna go ahead and restart all of the recipes here. start from scratch with this new system. But how does the word Troy come into play and it's dinosaurs? I don't get it. How is there correlation there? When I think of Troy, I think of that story. No, that's Saint Helen of Troy. Is that what it is for the Trojan horse? Something like that. I don't know my history that well. Or stories, I guess. Okay. So let's look at this recipe over here. If I look at this one, so the recipe I want to do is U. Heat capacity, that one. If you know, I'm doing hypogen. This one. Yeah. So it's going to throw copper and a cosmic neutronium comb to throw that there. The other thing I have to consider is what kind of circuit you need. I'm going to drink some water. That's the recipe, right? Yeah. Let me get some water. So I'm not actually sure how to deal with the circuits. One of them is to just have the circuits in here and having an extra stocking bus or another stocking bus for the circuits. I'm going to try that. You used to play that when I was 7? When you were 7? I didn't know you played good games. There's this very old game that my brother used to show me. I think it's what's it called? It started with a T. He would never let me play it because he and his friends would join after school and they would play it. It's something with it. It's a Trinia, I think. I would have to ask him about it. Fiberglass supplier in Boston, Massachusetts. No, that's not what I'm looking for. It was some MMORPG game, I think. I can't exactly remember the name, but he used to play it a lot when he was younger. He would never let me play it. I will say, though, I did play old school RuneScape for like 30 minutes. A long time ago, actually. I think at the time I was still into Dead Frontier a lot. And I think at that time I wanted to try other games. And so I remember hearing about RuneScape. But Dead Frontier just kept me playing, and I still play that game. So yes, I do play an MMO. If you can even consider it an MMO, it's on the fine line of an MMO because you barely play multiplayer in that game. But Dead Frontier is the one that kept me going. See, Killer knows what he's talking about. So this is what I'm going to do with the circuits for now. I don't know if this is a good idea. I'm going to go ahead and have them stocked in the bus, see what that does. Well, yeah, we'll see what that does. So, is this built? Let's try that. So if I were to craft cosmic neutronium, oh yeah. Look how fast that craft is. I didn't even get to see it. Oh yeah, okay. So we pretty much just rinse and repeat. Anything that needs a different fluid, a different catalyst, one of these 4, we're going to have to put it in their corresponding spots and also include a circuit. There might still be conflicts with the circuits, and I think I'll deal with that when we see it. I don't know how I'm going to deal with it otherwise. But some of the other things we need is UHV superconductor. Absolutely need a recipe for you. The best one we can do is resplendent as well. I have to take it off there, take off the output, and I'll just put it here. Maybe color the other subnet hatches as well. Did I not do that? That was supposed to be colored. Yeah, these are supposed to be colored. Good catch. Yes. Okay. Thanks for that. So let's say I craft a batch of superconductor, UHV. Duranium fusion reactor, okay. Okay. It's pretty fast, honestly. Only 10 seconds. 3.5 billion EU a tick. A lot of power, man. I may have misunderstood what you were doing, but I guess you caught something either way. The only thing with, I think what you're trying to say is to color. I actually don't even know what you're saying. I don't know if the colors correspond with another color. That's the thing. If there's a circuit conflict, I'm gonna have to work around it. But I think I'll just deal with that when I get there. But for now, I just want to set up the simple recipes like infinity, cosmic neutronium, and the UHV superconductor stuff. So this one also uses resplendent. Double check, put that there. Craft some infinity. No. Hello? Oh, it might need a circuit, right? You need a circuit. Which circuit here? I don't like that it has a million circuits. Circuit 2.
H2O.
Okay, got you. Let me put the circuit in before I forget about it. So this is where we have a potential conflict. But again, I guess we'll see the issue whenever it happens. In this case, there's no conflict because that's the only thing you can do. So I guess I'll try that. And there it is. Sir. Where are you crafting? Did you put it in the correct spot? I mean, it should be here. Did it finish? I'm a little confused, actually. Molten Infinity. I think it went somewhere else. And try this again. Or it bugged out. Okay, I don't know what's going on here. Is there a circuit 1 recipe that's not working correctly? If I check here, where's it? Uh-oh. Let me get some water before I forget. There might be another recipe. Let me double check here. If I look at infinity or molten infinity, that's catalyst. That one's fine. No, this one's right here. You have space for both fluids and items. So I'm gonna turn this. I don't know what's going on here. I'm gonna turn it off. See what it's doing. Because the recipe I'm trying to do is this one. Yeah, this one. Uh-huh. Okay. Are you just not crafting or what? Okay, it did craft. Okay, it might not be going all of it in storage. Okay, so it is crafting, but I don't know where it's going. So I did take off the stalker. Also, let me take off these circuits. It might be messing with it. That might be what was happening. Yeah, we had a circuit 3 and it was doing this recipe instead. Which is weird though, because I don't have that stocked unless that recipe is also. Yeah, it was doing this recipe with the circuit 3. So as okay, there's nothing else that uses circuit 3, so we won't see any conflicts there, I don't think. It would not be the stalker because I took off infinity. Okay, there you go. Now you're taking correct amount of time. Okay. Yeah, it was those random input buses with circuits. Oops, that messed it up. And just a sanity check, I'll double check the stalker. Surprised you remember that because I kind of forgot about it. Right now it only has baryonic matter. That's all it's got. And to solve the input, I think I just have it right here and level emit or level maintain to 10 million. So I have to trust my system to always have 10 million infinity in storage. If not, things are going to go wrong, and I can't exactly tell you what's going to go wrong because I don't know. So I guess we'll find out, right? Okay, other things we're making is a tesseract, for example. We can only do this recipe. And this is also resplendent, which is good for us. So take off that one and the residue. Put that here. Craft a tesseract. Okay. And then check it here. Yeah, making test. You can't even see it because it's that dark. All right, so that's ready. For now, I don't think there's really much else we have to worry about. So I think I'm just going to continue this little setup. I'm going to pretty much just duplicate it. So we have to copy. From here, oh, mark copy. From here, and copy this input hatch like that. And then clear manual plans, plan like that. And then just plan for 3 more of this. That's fine. Okay. So from here on out, we'll continue with the quest line. Next step is dimensionally shifted superfluid cell. Super lubricant. We're going to be using this recipe. Also resplendent. I guess everything is just resplendent. Dimensionally shifted super. We're getting into the weird stuff. Yeah, all the weird stuff. That one can go away. Not that one. There we go. So this is also going to need metastable organocin. And I don't know if we can even craft that. We can totally craft it, so go ahead and set up a recipe for it. And don't think I've forgotten about it, but we have to, we need more fusion reactors. But I don't know if it's worth it to just bum rush Mark 5 or spam Mark 4 first. So how atrocious is this? Tiramisu. It's pretty pricey, honestly. I don't know. I don't know yet, but we have to do something about fusion because it's really slow. I'm gonna make metastable organocin. 2 recipes we can't do Mark 5 yet, so do this one. That's a slow recipe. Okay, sure. Can I craft it? Totally can. Now, how long is that going to take? It's a good question. There's probably a couple other stuff that we can make in the DTPF. A lot of the superconductor stuff we can absolutely throw in here. So I'm going to start doing that actually. So for example, the donut spam soon. Yeah. Speaking of that, can I even craft another set of coils? I need 560 per donut. I'm running out of ice. That's a huge problem I have to deal with. This is just probably buffer, but this is the problem. I need to fix that. We need that for supercoolant. And if I don't have enough of this, we're going to run out of supercoolant and a lot of our systems start. Oh, man. I got to fix it. Okay. Can I not space elevator this? I totally can. I haven't really been paying attention to our mining drones, I'm going to be honest. And I just need the Mark II module, which is totally something we have right now. It's been a while since I've done this, so I might have to configure it a little bit. So I think I have another one, right? Yes. Okay. So what I can also do is just change whatever I have right now. I think I'm just going to set up a different one. So let me check what kind of drones you need. What kind of mining drones do I have access to? I know I have this one. Do I have Mark 10? I haven't been able to make this one yet. But this one does look like it wants it. How expensive are you? Well, actually, it's just this. It's just neutronium, which I can totally do. But I'm going to have to research it, right? So we'll stick with the mining drone Mark 9. I'm going to have to research it anyways. And I think this suffered from the recipe purge whenever I was upgrading the Asline bulk recipes. They got deleted somehow. I don't know what happened. But that was one of the victims. I know we have a data stick for it. I guess all this stuff got affected as well. Yeah, just do this. Put that in bulk ass line. There you go. Oh yeah, that's a problem. Am I really out of Letix? Guess so. We have a little bit left. I think I'm gonna have to set up a. No, what I could totally do is just change this for like a little bit. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna have to change it for a little bit. If I look at Letix. So right now this one has mining drone mark 9. Right? Where is it? Yeah. And Letix is earned at a distance 40 to 60. So if I put distance of 40 to 60, I'm going to put 60 to hopefully get a good amount of Letix. And I can also check here what kind of things it's going to pick up. So another issue that this is going to cause if I do this for too long is that it's not at the right distance for infinity. And yeah, it's not at the right distance for infinity anymore. So I'm probably going to have to set up another mining module either way. But we need the Letix and the ice stuff. And that's the European. The European one. Okay. I'll leave it like that for a while. Build up our Callisto Ice and Letix stores. And we'll go from there. Now, sterilized biocatalyst medium. I gotta check on that. Excuse me. That might just be a buffer size. That's not a buffer size. That one doesn't have a buffer. I think it's just not crafting fast enough because we don't produce certain things fast enough. Yeah, seaweed extract is still slow. And it's you. Are you not running? No, you're running. Oh, seaweed is not fast either. What? I'm not really worried about that. We're still passively producing that. Okay, this is done. We'll go ahead and fix this. So there's another part of me that actually just wants to set up another space elevator and redoing all of this nonsense on the bottom, starting from scratch, because I don't like the fact that this research computer is being shared with the researcher and the space elevator. I don't like that. I think I want a dedicated research computer just for researching, and that's it. A quantum computer, not research computer, same thing. So what's probably going to happen, look at that, there's space right next to it. So we're going to put another space elevator here, and this one's going to be even better. Probably so good that our miners start having trouble. And that's a good problem to have, I think. So we'll go back over there. Mark paste. How do I do this? Transform. Yeah, like that. Okay. Mark paste. We'll go ahead and put that right there. Right. This one is going to be connected to, we'll just say crude. Call this one crude. No, get out of there. Where's my knife? I just put it away. It's right there. Okay. Going to need a bunch of these storage cells. Go ahead and ask for 30 of each. Like that. And then those are crafting. Yep. All right. Sweet. And as I need circuits, I'm going to go ahead and see if I need to add any, but that one is going to be like that. Going to wait for 5 of you. There we go. And then paste the next one. Edit transform, rotate Y. Mark paste. This one is going to be over here. Nope. Please, sir, listen. Thank you. Doesn't like to listen. There we go. This one, we'll go ahead and call this one prosaic. Okay. Believe that's everything, right? Yeah. Do it one more time. Transform, rotate Y, mark paste, put you over here. Nope. Nope. Yes. And you are magenta. And this one is for exotic. Right? Yeah. It's going to hurt my eyes, though. It's kind of bright. All right. Believe for now, it's good to go for now. I just have to get that out of there. If something has conflicts or has like a circuit, I'm going to have to change that. But I will remember to do that. The best way to remember is if recipes get stuck. It's going to tell me for sure. All right, so that's the DTPF going. Uh-oh. What do you mean? It's not building, something broke. Oh, there's a limit to how many hatches you can use. Zero to 7 input hatches. So I have 8. No? Input buses, it's only 4. Right? So one of these is having trouble. Stocking, advanced stocking. Oh, okay, yeah, there's too many stockings. So this is not going to work. I did not recognize that. Okay. So what kind of thing does the crude catalyst, what can I make with it? All the superconductor base stuff. But at this point I can actually upgrade all of them, I think. So crude is probably not needed. Bedrockium. Oh, I can make bedrockium as well. Mosaic. Chromatic glass. Oh, chromatic glass can be made here too. Okay, so it doesn't look like I actually need the crude stuff in the DTPF. So take out whichever one uses crude. I think it's this one over here. Yeah, you're not needed. I'm going to leave the connector there in case things mess up, but it looks like I don't actually need it. And does that build the multi-block? Yes. Okay. Cool. So other things that would be really good to have is like, I think neutronium is a major bottleneck. I'm going to keep it here though, because I'm not really confident that we're making that much resplendent catalyst that fast. For example, if I try to craft another 10 million, like we can make it, but it's how fast like how long it takes to make it is a little slow. So I'm not going to worry about it. We'll just leave it like that. Okay. So what we'll do next, was I doing something before this? I don't remember. Let me drink water. I got that goldfish memory. Oh yeah, I was and there, okay, now we have Lytics. It only took a couple minutes. We have 200,000 now. Coastal ice, yeah, same thing. Yeah, we're fine with Lytics. Don't worry, nothing happened. It wasn't like we were out or anything. All right, I think I'm gonna have to improve biocatalyst medium. Absolutely. So the best way to do that is actually crafting the what do you call it? Seaweed. So I need a way to produce seaweed a little faster. And what better way to do that than just spamming the seaweed drones in here? Input swarmer. So I'm looking for. Oh, I have a lot already. Well, I kind of need more. Let's go ahead and make more. Oblivion frame. I'm just gonna spend the time repairing all of you. Let's go. How come I've been having trouble teleporting here for whatever reason. I don't know what it is. This is chunk loaded, right? Like it's chunk loaded, but maybe this isn't probably what it is. Not sure. My repairer is right here. Easy. Okay. So just make a bunch of drones. Get one of you. Put it up here. Are you on swarmer mode? You're on swarmer mode, yes. Activate you. Give me a bunch of princesses so I can combine with this and make a lot more seaweed. Because I need to have seaweed pretty much producing nonstop. Because, yeah, it's pretty slow getting this one. I don't know how much I'm going to want, though. That's probably enough. Input, normal mode, and there we go. Excuse me. Bees were being it. There we go. Okay, and then are you in input mode? Input, normal. Yes, go for it. I don't know if that's going to be enough bees, but I guess we'll test it out for a little bit. It's probably like, what, 30 bees or so? It's plenty of bees. There's a lot of bees here as well that I don't think I really need anymore. But we have space for so many bees that I don't really, like, I'm not really concerned about them. They're just chilling. Okay, turn that off and then re-enable you. All right, 600. Don't know if that's enough, but probably not. But if I can have this running nonstop, that would be great. So technically, it's not because the max parallel is 66. And if I look at the T set E seaweed, it's 1-to-1. So I should be making. Oh yeah, it's enough. Never mind. Yeah, 192 is pretty good. Yeah, it's working on batch mode. So if I can keep that running nonstop, that's great. And it looks like, yes, that's going up. And then the next step is seeing if this can run nonstop. The extractors. We're extracting it. And it looks like, no, it's still a little too slow. Even though you're already running at UIV power. Because if I check here, for me to get the seaweed, it's like a stack of this, right? Or I can focus on quantum force transforming. Is it even like possible for me to do tier 4? Yeah, that's not happening. Nope. I don't even have space time yet. So I think I have to increase seaweed crafting if I want these bacterial vats to work nonstop. Another problem actually is, if I look at the actual crafting of this stuff, each batch we should expect about 10,000. But it's not quite there. This one's only 1800. That's not very good. So my little setup here absolutely broke. And it's really tricky trying to keep it consistent. I think what I'm going to do is figure this one out off camera and make it close to the Xenoxine setup we have over here. It's a lot simpler and it works a lot better. It doesn't work 100%, but it works pretty well for whenever we do need it to work. So I think what I'll do is set this up. Well, actually, you know what I can do right now? Let's just do it right now. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to replace this setup. Replace it with the Xenoxine one. But because you're connected over there, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to just put it back over here, I think. Yeah, I think I'll put it over here. Yeah, and bring the power back there. It's going to look like a mess, but that's fine. Let's do that. Transform, reset, mark copy. So what I want is everything from down here all the way to the top of this one. Right there. Yeah, okay. Now the other issue is that this one has receivers and things like that. So honestly, those doesn't really need a controller because it's going to produce non-stop. I want a huge buffer of that stuff. So let's just figure it out. We're going to have to change it. And I'm okay with this running non-stop because we have the power to deal with it, I think. Where exactly is this one going to go? Good question. Like that? Yeah. Planning, plan all manual. Go ahead and set that up. Oh no. Oh, I don't want to deal with this. Oh, I'm gonna have to do more Gamba to get this right. Yeah, okay, I have to figure this out off camera because that's gonna be annoying. The other option is just like actually just changing this one, but oh no. I'm trying to make another one actually, so it's okay. Yeah, I'm gonna replace it anyway, so we're fine. Just go ahead and plan it. Reset the plans because I think I messed it up. That wasn't too bad. Okay. All right. Set mode, exchanging, go from here to here. No, I'm not really going to focus on this right now. At least off on camera, because this is already something we've done before. And it's a little bit tedious, I think. So I'm just going to have it here. And then I'll connect it up off camera. But the idea is to pretty much fix or improve how we craft this biocatalyst stuff. And that also means improving the centrifuge and the extractor to make more of it. So I think one of the issues is how fast or how slow we're producing the seaweed. It takes a full stack of it to produce just one of that extract stuff. This 64 per one. And that's very slow to get this. So yes, and the other way is just to spam seaweed broth. But this is another bacterial vat setup and I don't want to deal with it. So it really is just increasing the number of centrifuges, so it might just be machine spam. I'll play with that off camera though. So we want this to be running nonstop and also fixing the whatever nonsense I have going on here to deal with the output hatch, because this is not working correctly. So I'll do that off camera. But at least it's there. What I will do right now is just set up some of the simple recipes. For example, we did get the metastable completed, I believe. That does craft, yes. And I should be able to craft the shifted super whatever. What is it? Dimensionally shifted superfluid. Is that actually crafting? Gotta check on it. Oh yeah, it's crafting. You saw that, right? Hypogen made a bunch of colors there. That's done. And that brings us to molten proto-halconite steel base cell. That is a alloy blast smelter. We're making some progress here. That is circuit 5. Alloy blast smelter circuit 5. It is a UIV recipe, and it works at any tier. Let me check how much power I'm giving it. I might need more power. And you know what? Since we have a lot of spare infinity coils, yeah, I'm just going to throw them onto here. What kind of bonuses does that give? I'm curious. Minus 5% EU usage per heating coil tier. That works. No, I don't want to replace you. Might as well do it, right? There we go. So, craft me the halconite. I did not put the recipe in there. Oh, it's right there. Go ahead and make it for me, please. I actually made it pretty quick. Nice. And then we need the fine proto-halconite steel wire. So that is right here. What's the different? Halconites are hot. Okay. Got you. So that is made in a vacuum freezer. So I need to make the hot or this one. That is a vacuum freezer. We have 2 recipes for this actually. One there, one there. And then the hot stuff is made in a chemical bath. We don't have Creon and Melian yet, so it looks like it's gonna have to be you in a chemical bath. And I don't think the chemical bath can even handle UIV recipes. Where's the chemical bath anyways? It's one of the OG machines. You might want to get upgraded. Oh, what the heck. Yeah, you're gonna get upgraded. Okay. You're getting 2 UIV energy hatches. I didn't realize it was that weak. Oops, making a spill. It's a good thing though that flowing water like that doesn't damage multi-blocks. You would think it does, but no, it doesn't. What do you mean you're not built? Is it not built? It says it's built. I'm a little concerned that it doesn't. Okay, it is. Chain, no, cables, select U. From here, go all the way up. I missed it. Oh, you're gonna have to come out from the side over here. Why do you do that? Put that right there. Okay. Then we got ourselves an upgraded chemical bath. Which should be able to handle that recipe here. The hot whatever stuff. So if I try to craft 64 of this for the quest. And there we go. Nice. Easy. Completing quests, and here is where the fun is. Oh man. Finally crafting the UIV circuit components, or the UIV components. This is where the expense is going to show up. Plus a lot of research, a lot of things. It's gonna be pretty fun. Plus a lot of renaming. Oh no. I don't want to deal with the renaming things. I'm gonna have to. Really only like one time, I think. Yeah. So I won't have to actually rename anything if I keep it in the up tier ass lines, which honestly I think I'm going to. Yeah, I won't have to rename anything because it's based on stacks already. And if that's the case, then I don't have to rename anything. I'm just gonna do that. But first I do need to research everything, so I'm going to need the corresponding ones. So I need a motor, a piston. Oh no. Probably isn't too bad actually. A pump. Conveyor. It's been a while since I did this, preparing for the next tier of components, component crafting. Robot arm, don't have any. It is pretty expensive though. Yeah, you're pretty expensive. What I can probably do is just wait for the previous thing to finish up those pumps. Going to need an emitter. I have exactly one, that's good. a sensor. I have plenty. Next one I was looking for is the piston, right? Piston is completed. I just need the robot arm. And because we crafted a big batch, it's going to be a lot cheaper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Robot arm is number 7. Yeah, that'll finish soon. So I don't know how long it's going to take to research this stuff. We may have to... Oh, it doesn't look that bad, actually. It doesn't look that bad, but it's probably pretty bad. Oh, it's not bad at all. Purified tantalum dust. Little bit of a bottleneck, actually. That's fine. And I guess while we're here, we'll set up the recipes. And another goal that we would want to have is getting the UIV component ass line casings, but these are going to be expensive. 55 of them. So we're not doing that anytime soon. But I'll go ahead and just think about that. And also might as well duplicate. I have 2 patterns of each one because we have 2 ass lines that are able to up tier. Should speed up anything I need to craft by a little bit. Robot arm. Purified tantalum is going to be a little slow. So, and that's exactly why you're slow, because you're also outdated machine, yeah. Oh, you're slow. All right. You're on the list. You're on the watch list for something to upgrade. No, don't put that there. You're going to rewrite it. It might just be now. It's slow. Yeah, I'll work on that. Let's get all the research here. And then if I look at the separator, there's something here that says multi-amp hatches are allowed, which means you're getting 64 amps. And while I'm here, I need a corresponding dynamo and an energy hatch. Also upgrade the polarizer because we're going to need it. Yeah, not too bad, but yeah, you need to get upgraded. Thank you. And then up tier ass line. Put that there. Like that. Now we have a bunch of spinny components. I like how they look. There we go. And we're just missing the research for the robot arm. But let's say I wanted to craft a motor to start. It's gonna need a bunch of these components. So transcendent metal. I believe I make the... Yeah, I'm gonna probably solidify everything that I can. At least with things that I already have, like that. Only 7 ingots. I shouldn't do that. That's a round. Right there. Ring. I believe the rings are in the extruder, which probably needs to get upgraded as well. And then long rod is solidifying. And then a way to craft the molten fluid. Okay. All right. Gonna go ahead and stop you just for a little bit. You both have Tangum already, right? Yeah. And then we'll go ahead and connect it off of you. Yeah, we'll do that. 64 amp dynamo hatch. You will be... Yeah, coming off of that. And then this is going to be a little different setup. That's fine. Okay. 1, 2. 1, 2. And then need the 64 amp energy hatches. So don't connect it there. And if this ends up being too slow, I'm going to have to do the spam. Our favorite method of powering multi-blocks or doing recipes is the spam method. Oh, look at me still using superconductor wire at this point. It's an older setup. All the new stuff, you know it's new or recent if there's infinity wire. If I'm using superconductor somewhere, it's old. It's old as heck. I'm just gonna go over here. Let's go over here. Like that. And you can tell that I intend to move it at some point because it's not a very clean wiring job. I do intend on moving this little these two polarizers at some point. But right now I'm mostly concerned with getting the recipe started. Don't connect. Don't connect. Yeah. And there we go. So how much faster is that? It was doing like 409, way faster. That's a huge increase. Okay. Yeah, okay, it basically finished it instantly. That's good. How fast or how slow is our component ass line? I have not paid attention to this thing in forever. You're not that... Honestly, not that slow. Considering I'm only crafting one batch. It's not too bad. Okay, I'm going to put the data sticks in and try to craft the other UIV components. See if that it does. actually finish. Let's try to make 2 of you. Start off with the motors. Pretty pricey stuff, honestly. But it is getting the job done. Yeah. Nice. And you really need that much electric motors for I mean, it is a stack, right? Yeah, you do 96 of them, that's why. All right. Fine. All right, crafting the robot arms now. Should also be about 30 seconds, right? 37, yeah. And once that's ready, I can research this one, and I should be able to craft all the other stuff. It's a good thing I only need 1 of each. And then start looking into the UIV energy hatch. I do want to get this. Let me see here. Superconductor wire. It looks like at some point you want to use molten space-time, but that seems like a little too much. So no, I won't really worry about that. Hey, Entropod, what's up? I'm just crafting some things in the UIV tier, getting started with it, seeing what it needs to get upgraded. There's a couple of tedious things that I have to upgrade. One of them is biocatalyst medium, but all the super tedious stuff I would just do off camera. But we are crafting it. DTPF crafting, finally. And we're getting into the UAV components. How you doing? Drink some water, actually. No, so I'm absolutely working on that, or slowly making my way towards it. I think we need space-time for it. I don't remember. We're not quite at space-time yet, I don't think. Let me check, actually. I know it's one of the first things you want to work to. Oh, I can make it. Okay, well, I guess that's what we're gonna do next. So yeah, we got DTPF earlier this week, and then we just finished setting up tier 8 water. I did it yesterday, but then it wasn't working, and I fixed it off camera during lunch, and now it's working pretty good. We're producing water and that baryonic stuff. 8 million of that. So it looks like the next step is plasma mixer, actually. Absolutely gonna make one, at least one to start. It's gonna take forever to research it, but we'll just leave that going. Let me just make sure that I can actually craft the dude. We have all the catalysts on passive or level maintained. I might just have enough to craft it full stop. The controller, at least. The other stuff is probably going to be expensive. Energized Tesseract. That is... So, correct me if I'm wrong. Because I have a UIV laser, where it says here the recipe tier is limited to laser source tier +1. So because the laser source is UIV, I should be able to do this recipe, right? I'm gonna assume yes. No, not like that, sorry. Laser engraver weird. The weird one is the one that has the quantum anomaly in there. There we go. All this other stuff I have to make in a vacuum freezer. Do that by 2 because there's 2 vacuum freezers. We might even be able to get plasma mixer unless the casings are ridiculous. And they're not. It's just DTPF casings. So we can probably just get the plasma mixer started like by tomorrow. That'd be really good. Oh, I don't have the target hatch for this yet. That's fine. Circuit 6. Ass machine 6. Catalyst is the hard part, yeah. But again, we actually have all the catalysts. So I set them up to be level maintained, and we have them set to like 10 million. So we have plenty of catalysts right now. Probably already have enough to craft to craft all this stuff. We got that. So I don't know if you saw it, but I have a whole setup here for the mixers or the catalyst setup, and it was able to craft enough for what we need for now. But yeah, we want the plasma mixer next. Absolutely getting this next. It's a chemical bath. It was a whole running joke, I think. Or not really a running joke, but I'm actually learning how to play Gregtech finally by spamming machines. You never would have thought, right? There we go. Okay, we can craft it totally. Let me prepare the other casings ahead of time, so I need all of that. 48. 16. That is a passive craft. That can actually finish pretty quick, so I'll just do that. And then that's ready. And okay, and that's pretty much it. Okay. Then we'll go ahead and finish, do the rest of it off camera whenever I'm ready. Okay, so what else was I working on? The studying stuff. Tesseract is not working correctly. Why not? You're crafting other things, that's why. Hurry up. I really like the noise that it makes. You're crafting things, right? Oh, yeah. It just has to work through a lot of infinity, that's why. Okay. I'll leave you to it. That's a really cool noise. I like that noise. Yeah, this is gonna take a while, never mind. So go ahead and cancel that, and I'll craft it again whenever we end the episode. So anything that takes a while to craft, I'll just do it at the end of the episode. Okay, something else we can do. Might be time to set up the other fuel refineries and get those working, and that's gonna let us craft fuel just a little bit faster. But what I would love to do before I upgrade to Mark V fuel is get these guys running full uptime, because they don't work 100% of the time. Like right now, I don't craft the fuel fast enough. It's still like quick enough that we have net positive power, but I would like full runtime of those guys. So I did build this overnight. That did finish. I'll set these guys up next. What is a good? What's the best way to set this up, actually? I don't really want to wash it, right? So I'm not going to wash air because I don't think there's any way to separate a target hatch from each individual one if I'm wall sharing, so I'm not going to wall share. Now, how do I set this up? It's going to be from the border. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Then tier 2. Oh, I need 2 of you. Why are you not stacking? It's because of that. Like that, right? Yeah, sure. It was supposed to be 1 block up. It's my bad. Oops. Oh, look at that. I just finished the Naquadar refinery. Yo. Even though I've already had one powering my base for a while now. That happens all the time, right? You just have, like, achievements you don't complete because you always forget to pick up things, or you just never pick them up. It doesn't really recognize it when you pick it up, when you drag it from AE2. Does not know how to recognize that. Oops, sorry. Config jump scare. And then go ahead and copy. Yeah. Just go ahead and copy. Mark copy. So go from here all the way over here. Like that. Mark paste. Go ahead and put that one right here. Right there. Now the thing is, at some point this is going to have issues and I need to have that switch enabled. Because a lot of things are connected to it and I can't just not connect it. The other thing is actually deactivating it, but frequency 3. Which one? Frequency 3, 3 is connected somewhere and I don't even know what. But it is important, I think. So it's one of these. It's one of these. It's something to do with our emergency off switch, which we don't really need anymore because this has such a big buffer. But I'd rather not break everything, right? So I am going to put it down. Actually, what I can do is actually just enable it. Transmitter. Where's circuit 3? Frequency 3. This is transmitter external. And I don't know where else it was going. Let me get the sniffer. That's what the sniffer is for. It's this one. It's a transmitter, though. Don't worry about that one. Is there another one? I guess not. Okay. Well, if my base shuts down, I totally deserve it because I didn't pay attention to my my sniffers. So just continue here. I should barely have enough space to put all 4 of them. Mark paste. Go ahead and put the next one over here. And there we go. You should not exist. Get out of here. Probably not going to be setting them up right now. Okay, as long as that's powered still, I'm okay. There we go. Yeah, the setup for them might be just a little different. I may even do the similar thing to what I was shown with the mixers here, where I use stocking. Assuming that there's no like conflicts, I think that would be a lot better. If I just increase it and use stocking, advanced stocking instead of crafting buffers. That'll also reduce the number of channels I have. We'll try that. And let me make sure that everything is built. Completed, and you're not completed because you're missing some blocks. Now you're completed. Nice. I guess we do have the time to set it up, so we'll do that. So what kind of power do I want to give each one? That's a good question. I don't know. Don't know. Oh no. The other thing I have to watch out for is, as you can see, this is kind of a mess. Who did this? So probably have it connected to another one. Yeah. That's going to be a little bit of an annoying thing to set up, I think. So let me set up all the other ones first. So if I check the requirements here, all the input output, including power, is going to be... Wait, do you not need a maintenance hatch? Yes, you do. Where do I have the maintenance hatch for this one? Do I even have a maintenance hatch? No? I actually don't know. I guess not, because there's no out of maintenance message. Okay, I won't complain about that. How's our stuff crafting? Are you still crafting? No, it just finished. Okay, it was waiting on all the infinity to finish up. Making all the other stuff though. Okay. So the rules for this one is that every input output is going to be on anything adjacent to this glass. So I can totally have it either up there or down here. And I think that's what I'm going to do. Put it down here. So I need something that is able to store the items and the fluid. So I'm going to give it advanced stocking ME. Let's give a bunch of you. I need a bunch of you first. And a bunch of you as well. It also depends on the recipes here. It doesn't look like there's going to be any conflicts, I don't think. Yeah, I don't see any conflicts happening, so I'm going to assume that there isn't. The 3 of my accounts have Apex info. Oh, man. It's actually pretty impressive. So what I'm going to do is have stocking input right here. And then, not like that. Bus right here. I always like to have items first for whatever reason, even though it actually doesn't matter. I'm going to do that. So put that one, stocking hatch, stocking bus. Bus and hatch. There we go. So these guys are going to share. And then I need somewhere for the output fluids to go. This only produces fluid, right? It's only fluid, so and get the output hatches going. Right here on the other side. And right there. And I'll go ahead and set up the other ones. Like, well, we have a lot of power, so I think I'll just set it up right now. Yeah, we'll do that. This will be the last thing we do for today. Turn it off. Don't try crafting. Okay, yeah, let's get this figured out. It's going to be a huge mess, though. It's gonna be a mess, but it needs to happen. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to connect everything together. That also includes you. Don't need that anymore. Now, what kind of power are they all gonna have? Good question. No idea. But I might as well future-proof it. So it will not be a crafting input buffer. And what you will have is a stocking input bus and stocking input hatch. And then the output hatch will be right there. And this is a cringe one. Get out of here. Right there. Does that not work? Oh, it works. Oh, because I'm missing a casing here. So the kind of power that I want to go here, if I look at the recipes, a 16384 UIV has 8.5 billion throughput. So what kind of recipes is this? That much throughput is definitely enough. So we're going to stick with that tier of laser hatch. So 3 of you and 4 of you. And also, our first motor is completed. Our first spinny motor, trans-dimensional motor. Can't say the word. Speaking of that, our first space-time. How do we make space-time? Oh, I can totally make it. Let's do it. So this one makes transcendent residue. Not sure. How fast is it? I may want to increase it. It's 1 billion. I'll just make it like that. So this one can kind of go anywhere. And because it can go anywhere, I'm just going to put it wherever I feel like. I guess we'll go here with all the other stuff. What happens if I make it? And this stuff is like absolute 0 Kelvin, whatever that means. Sure. Oh. Requires stabilized black hole, which is, yeah, this monstrosity of a multi-block, so don't worry about it. Yeah, we're really getting up there. Correct me if I'm wrong, but does it snowball? I feel like UIV was just like a big wall. Nah, it's still gonna be pretty rough. We all know this. So we put the target hatches here. That one goes there. Target hatch goes here. Target hatch right there. Now that I think about it, it might be better to put it to the side somewhere else. Yeah, I'll put them over here instead. It's gonna make it look a little bit cleaner. There's a reason why. It's because I would like the output to be on another subnet, but I'm gonna have a cable that goes through here, and if I have it being blocked by all the vacuum pipes, then it's gonna be a little annoying. I'm gonna put it over here, I guess, on the front. Laser target. Target. Believe like that would work, right? Why are you not built? Oh, now it's not completed. Okay, I think it's just waiting for it to finish up. It is a tech. Is it a tech multi-block? Kind of. Yes, it is. It takes a while for it to register that it's completed, but there we go. Okay. Then we have to get the power through that. Like this, okay. So this thing is going to have an automation, and I think I have to connect all of the inputs together. So I'm going to have, let's go ahead and make 2 neutronium infused controllers. I just need 1, actually, just 1. Gonna need a drive to fit all of the stuff. A set of dual interfaces. And a bunch of other things, like a storage bus, a bunch of cables. Yeah. We'll stick with blue. Okay. So the idea here is I want all of this to connect. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is enough for a regular wire like that. Nah, it's gonna bother me. Let's put the facades down. I was already thinking about not putting them down, but now I have to. Like that, yes. And now that I like turned off the connection to this first one, I have to commit. Otherwise my base is going to run out of power at some point. You don't want that. This one, I'll go ahead and have a different color subnet just so I can visualize it. We'll use purple. can be any color though. This isn't connected to anything, right? No. Right there. You can easily connect these together. Oh, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Okay. So this is where it's going to get annoying. I'm probably going to have to move you somewhere else. Because I don't want it connecting over here. Unless I have some kind of... No, I totally could. It's going to look a little cursed, but that's fine. So for me to put the output back, I'm going to need a way to power this little tiny subnet. Just going to sneak in a neutronium anchor right there so it's powered. This one only has 4 channels, so that's totally fine. Have an interface and a storage bus. Put the storage bus right here and the interface right there. Tell this one don't show up in the terminal and color this. Give this a black cable. Right there. Okay. So anything that gets crafted and outputs will get pushed into this interface, back into our main network. And then next up is to get all of the inputs in. This is where it gets a little weird, but it's not too bad. I think I just have to somehow fit a neutronium, something right there. And what I can totally do actually is, yeah, I can do this. Watch this. Give this a dense cable, a dense blue cable, like that. Put the drive on the bottom. Give this a group of cells. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then have this with a double dual interface right here. And this one is going to, what am I going to call it, first of all? Connected like that. It's just becoming a it's becoming a running joke, I think, here. I'm fueling it, sure. All right. So I would put the patterns in here, make sure to duplicate by 4. And I believe that's it. Next step actually is to, I've got to power the thing also, but also set each one of these to auto pull. Again, this is also assuming that there's no conflicts, and I don't 100% know that there isn't. It's probably working. All right. Go ahead and just hide you from being visible up top. Like that. And there we go. The next step is to power the guy. Gonna need a vacuum pipe. A bunch of facades as well. Right there, 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 and there. before I forget, make sure that each one is set to energy, because if it's not, it's going to have trouble. Wait, can I just shift right click this? I forget. Yes. Energy. Energy, yes. Energy. There we go. Okay. So chances are I'm going to have like another active transformer crammed in the middle of somewhere so I can fit all of this stuff. It's gonna look cursed, but that's okay. It's gonna be like somewhere right here. Yeah, it's gonna look cursed. Where are the connections? The connections are over here, so I think I'll have the dude out here, I think. Yeah, okay. We'll center it here, have another active transformer. Check if I have superconductor coils. Yes, I do. And high power casings. Yep. That's going to be the front. Go ahead and put you down here. Right there. There we go. So this one doesn't need to exist anymore. I'm going to replace this with a normal thing. And then push the backbone into here. And right now our backbone is UHV 65Ks. So I need the source hatch right here. And target right there. It's not centered, but it's because of this wire over here. I don't even know if this is being used anywhere. I have no idea who this is. Oh, this is my comb processor, right? Yeah. I don't touch it. I have a lot of things around the base. I just don't know what they're used for. So that's a source hatch, right? Source hatch, source hatch, source hatch, yes. Target. There we go. Now, how am I going to power everything here? This one is going to go straight up. So this one is going to be one of the sources. And then go ahead and put the other ones like this. Now, because of that, I'm going to need 3 mirror. I have exactly enough mirror. Totally planned. It was not planned. It goes straight up. This goes straight up. Right there. And then go straight up, yes. Mm-hmm. No, this one goes straight up from here. That one goes there. Nice, nice, nice. Green. This is all source hatches, right? Just double check before I connect everything together. And also that nowhere else is going to connect. Doesn't look like it. Also make sure that this is target. Target UV, yes. So this one will be green. Next one will be lime, so that these guys don't connect. There we go. Next one is green. The last one is lime. There we go. Nice. Okay. So everything seems to be connected. I was able to cram all of my connections down there. Doesn't look very pretty, but we gotta make do with what little space we have. Drink some water, actually. Okay, turn this on. No explosions, right? No. That's always the most nervous thing about doing anything big power related and setting up a lot of machines, because it's very easy to make a mistake. But I believe everything's connected, powered up. And I should be able to set up the recipes now, see what they do. So let's try to make one of the, like the Mark III recipe, for example. So I'm gonna need this one. I'll set up like this, and then set up 4. Actually, no, it doesn't have to be. It's supposed to be just 1. So do I just make it by 64? Is that too much? I think that's too much. We'll do the recipe times 4. Right there. I'm fueling it. Now what happens if I try to craft a group of 4 of you? Is that even working? It says I should be able to do it. Maybe it just took a while to finish. Oh, that's right here. Raw tesseract. Oh, I took off the quantum anomalies. That's why. So I'm gonna have to get more of them. Yeah, I mean, I can probably put them over here in the. I'm engraving it glass because they have the quantum anomalies, but nah, it's fine. I'm gonna have to get more. Try to remember that. Molten space time. Let's take a look. Oh yeah. I like that. I also wasn't even paying attention to this. I don't know if it worked. Oh, cancel you. I think it worked actually. I try to craft 800. What does that look like? Okay, it's able to craft the whole thing, but it's a parallel thing, which is fine with me. I think I'm just going to request a big craft minimum times 4, but it has to do with the amount of parallels that this thing can handle, which means I have to like do some math, and I don't want to do math, so I'm just gonna set up the recipes. For the Mark IV, I'm going to use the second recipe, I think, because I can't even do the third recipe. That's tier 4 coil, not happening. I can do this one that uses hypogen, and it's gonna do double. Multiply by 4. I guess there's 4 of these guys, and see how long that takes. Oh yeah, okay, there it is. They're all being used now. So as long as the craft is big enough, it's gonna use everything. Which it seems like it is actually, yeah. It uses all 4. Now we're producing a lot more fuel. Now, this does mean it's going to take up a lot of hypogen, so I have to set up a recipe for hypogen. Which I thought I did. I guess I didn't. The best one I can do is this one. Transcendent Resplendent Catalyst. I'll go ahead and put the recipe over here. Try to craft a little bit of hypogen, see how long or slow that's going to take. Honestly, not too bad. I'm okay with that. Okay, sweet. So we'll see if this is better. Using hypogen does double our production of Mark IV. So I'm going to try to see if we can like really improve Mark IV crafting. And once I can prove that we have 100% uptime on the NAC reactors. So far so good, but they do consume them pretty fast. But if I'm able to craft this faster than it consumes, oh, that's a good sign. It looks like we are. But that is assuming I have the raw resources for it. So that's a huge bonus. So that's all we needed to do. Just set up more NAC refineries and switch it to hypogen. And it looks like we can have this running nonstop. And that's going to be a huge increase to our power. So I think with that, we'll go ahead and wrap up the episode. Made some major progress. We got our hands on all the UIV components. Pretty nice stuff. This was more off camera stuff, but I did finish tier 8 water, so this has been running pretty well. If I double check here. Oops, no, don't do that. I would have broken everything. So this has been, this works just fine. It looks like we have 100% uptime as long as I have the resources for it. Speaking of which, I do want to look into another space elevator. Maybe have it dedicated to just space miners. So I'll look into that, but I'm not going to craft it yet because it's not the priority. The priority right now is in plasma mixer. So I'm going to go ahead and craft this next off camera. Have this crafting. So this one is just going to be wait for the seaweed to show up. And then plasma mixer, go ahead and do that. And there we go. Pretty surprised we can actually do this right away. I always thought it was going to be some big multi-block to get here, but it's kind of a small thing. And honestly, it's expensive, but it's going to take a while. So hopefully it finishes reasonably quickly. We'll set it up tomorrow if it finishes. Actually, no, tomorrow's Sunday, right? So Sundays is when I take my breaks, so I won't be back tomorrow. But I am going to spend some time. Well, first of all, I am going to spend the time like checking on my things, making sure biocatalyst is improved. I'll do this off camera. I have to upgrade the bacterial vats. But one thing I will do is going back to the MIDI controls so I can move my character. If I can get the mouse to work, I may have a stream next week where I'm playing vanilla Minecraft with the piano as a controller. So hopefully that shows up next week. I'm going to try to learn how to do that because it's not easy to control your mouse with a key with buttons. I don't know how to do that yet. It's going to take some kind of programming. And they're not the best with that. But hopefully I figure that out. Okay. And with that said, we'll go ahead and wrap it up for tonight. I appreciate everyone's time and support. Have a good rest of your weekend. Stay warm because it is pretty cold. Texas is still due for a really cold storm tomorrow, so hopefully everything is okay with that. I actually stepped outside. It was only like 30 degrees, which is like normal for some people, but it's not normal for me. I'm used to like 100-degree weather. Not 30. It's freezing for me. But anyways, I got the snacks. I got the food. Emergency supplies. I'm good to go. Okay. Have a good night. Take care, and I'll see you guys on Monday. Bye-bye.